Welcome back to Coach's Corner East on the 22nd of December, the Colonel Crawford portion of tonight's show. And we have Colonel Crawford boys swimming with us, so we'll be diving in the pool here in just one moment. Show's brought to you in part by the Burkhart family at the Burkhart Farm Center, your Case IH dealer straight west of Gallion on the Manette New Winchester Road. Mike Kleinite at Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, and Marion. And sweet baby Ray Jones, Davey's little brother, at Ohio Door and Sash, 120 South Street in Gallion. Coach Shelly Ashley returns, and it's good to see you again. We had to take last year and do it remotely, and haven't been here for a couple years, so it's good to be back. We don't know how much longer we'll get to do that.
Right.
We'll
nice to be back.
knock on wood and hope we can. Into another year, and remind me on how many years coaching swimming at Crawford now?
This will be year 4 for me.
Year 4, okay.
Yeah.
And doing both the boys and the girls again. You have a new assistant here sitting next to me, and Coach Rich Gins gave a lot of time and effort, but is unable to do it this year. But Jen Price filling in, and we'll talk to her in a little bit because she's dying to talk to all of us here. But this year on the boys squad, because we're doing the boys tonight, if numbers are right on the N10 website, I see 5 seniors and 13 total. Does that sound about right?
I think we have more like 17 boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe some not
We
listed
had
there.
some coming out a little bit later.
Yeah. You happy with that number?
I am. Our boys team is really strong this year.
Good,
Yeah.
good. And because it was a little bit of a challenge last year, if I remember correctly.
We won the league meet, but it was a tough thing to do this year. I think we've got a little bit more depth in us this year. So I'm really happy with where we're sitting right now.
From a strength standpoint, when you look kind of at the whole body of work, is it more individuals? Are your relays stronger? Is it a combination of the two, and it's just a really well-rounded team?
I think it's a well-rounded team this year. A little bit of both.
And you have all the races covered, everything?
We do.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of guys, and I could ask them, but a lot of guys that are doing multiple races that have to? I mean, they just have to probably, right?
Absolutely, and then we're also basically everybody's going to do every race at some point in the season.
Do you do that by purpose
Sometimes,
or out of necessity?
So sometimes there's hidden talents that we don't necessarily know. One of these guys, I stuck them in a race that they don't normally do, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, well, that's where you should have been the whole time. So you just find some hidden talents that way.
Yeah, and with a pun, you kind of throw them in the pool and see if they can swim or drown, right?
Right.
Hopefully not literally,
Yes.
but you put them in a situation that you're not sure how they may react, and you can find a gem that way for sure.
Right.
As you've started the early point of the season, where have you seen this group of guys just kind of progress from early on and preseason practices to where they are now as the season progresses through to the end of the calendar year?
So I thought they looked really well early in the season, but we just had Northwest Classic this last weekend, and we were very specific in how we practiced the week before that. We had phenomenal times. We had some close to PRs. Some of them get close to the top 10 list, which I have not had in my 4 years. And I think ever since that, they kind of see if they're working hard what it can do. And all of a sudden, I've got a little bit more focus in my practice than I normally do, I think. And these are the toughest 2 weeks of the season where I've told them, I said, you're not going to love me right now. That's fine. I'm waiting for February. So
Yeah.
It's really, really tough practices right now. Mr. Kevin here did a practice just before we came here that I found on an Olympic website. So, yeah, it was a fun distance practice that we did. But I'm definitely challenging them both mentally and physically over these next 2 weeks, and they've been, rock stars rising to the challenge.
And answered the call, so that's good. It's interesting, we talk about this pretty much every year. The N10, not every school has swimming, so it's kind of a condensed league, if you will. But where do you see this group fitting in? I mean, is that something that you can repeat as N10 champ, you believe?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you feel confident about that?
100%.
Good, all right, well, that's a blessing. Jen Price is a assistant. Jen, what got you in? Was it Shelly pulling your arm saying, hey, I really need your help? Or did you have an interest in that for some time?
My son is actually a senior on
Okay,
the team also.
okay. So you're going to be there anyway.
I've been here watching them, yeah, some of them since they were little.
Yeah. What is your role? What does Coach Ashley really impress upon you that she wants you to do in these practice situations?
her backup. I'm good at a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, which it does take that as well,
Yes,
right?
Yeah, it does, and making sure everybody has what they need.
With the son that's in the program, is it hard to kind of separate being a coach from a mom and not being, you don't want to be necessarily a cheerleader, but you have to be to some extent. Is that hard to separate that?
No, we've talked about it, and we have a good understanding about it.
Has it been a good experience for you so far? I mean, anytime you jump into something new, you think, okay, yeah, I'll do it, and then you get into it, and you're like, oh man, I'm not so sure this. You feel pretty good about it.
Yes, yeah.
That's
So
something that you
far,
would.
it's been a lot of fun, and enjoying getting to celebrate with them and all
Yeah,
their
I bet. And
wins. And,
something that you would want to maybe continue on with it.
we'll see.
Good.
See
Good
what's
for you.
needed.
Great opportunity for you, for sure. We'll take a break here before we talk to the young men around the table. Show's brought to you in part by Lee Plymouth and Brad Seibert at the Plymouth Insurance Group, the Galleon and Bucyrus, North Central State College, Mansfield, and the Crawford Success Center, North Walnut Street across from the courthouse in Bucyrus, Phil and Sue Schreck at Phil's Deli, just east of Pizza Hut at the bridge in Galleon. And first up, it is sophomore Kevin Feik, and boy, I want to hear about this Olympic practice that you went through. It had to be grueling. Talk about that. What'd you do tonight?
Oh, well, I don't know, I guess simple form. We basically did really long distance workout, a lot of yards, but we did double of each whatever we did. So, and the second time we had to do it had to be faster than the first time. So it was kind of like a endurance kind of set to see, just that last bit of the race is where you really want to focus on, and that set kind of brings out that focus there at the end.
Of all the races that you're involved with, what is your strongest race that you're in?
I would definitely have to say the 500 freestyle, just because, Miss Ashley threw me in it last year as a freshman, and I did pretty good. I was able to get first at our league meet, which was really, really nice. And I've been having some really good times this season thus far, and I've been slowly chipping away at it, and yeah.
What would be an ideal time or a PR for that race?
Currently, my PR is about a 5:35-ish, and I really hope to get that down to somewhere in the mid-20s by the end of the season.
Okay. And that could get you down to Canton?
We're hoping, yeah, we're hoping.
Very good. Well, thanks for coming out tonight. Continued success. Enjoy the season and these grueling times that are coming up. Just drive through them, and good things will happen for sure.
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate it. Landon's, actually, we're up next with Simon Schenz as a senior. Simon, thanks for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. I didn't read my numbers correctly. What races are you involved with?
I'm normally involved in the 50 and 100 freestyle, as well as the 400 and 200 freestyle relays.
Do you have one preference over another?
Definitely the 50 freestyle.
Okay. And what is your least favorite?
Out of any race that I participate in, it's probably the 100 freestyle, just because it takes more endurance and more just more blood.
Just harder to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you look at this group, you're a senior, and how many total seniors? Was I read? 5?
Yeah, that sounds right.
5 seniors, something like that? Yeah. Are you really a tight-knit group, not only in the pool, but outside as well?
We are. We do a lot of team bonding, for sure. And I think we're a tight-knit group, not just because we're on the team together, but because we see the hard work that each other puts in. And I think that's what really bonds us together more than just being on the same team.
Yeah. So as seniors, you also have kind of that unwritten job, so to speak, of leading younger people, the younger guys on the team. Are they welcoming to your suggestions and don't say it as, well, it's just a senior telling me what to do? Have they been open to that, saying, hey, I've been through this. This is what you need to do to cut down on your time. This is what you need to do to get your turns better, whatever.
Yeah, I'd say the younger guys are really accepting of our wisdom, if you will.
Advice, wisdom. Yeah, I like that. Wisdom's a great word. Yeah, you need to be a writer.
Yeah, they're
Good
really,
spin.
they're really great to work with, and I have all the respect for the underclassmen just to see all the work that they put in, and they have a lot of talent for sure.
This is a team that struggled, as Coach Ashley said, a little bit last year, albeit you were the league champs, but it was a struggle. Can you take multiple people to Canton this year for the state championship? Is that possible?
I have high hopes, and I think so.
Good. Well, very good. Thanks for coming out. Enjoy your senior season.
Thank you.
And next up, Jacob Awbrey is a senior as well. And Jacob, had been a long time since football season. First and foremost, congratulations on a great year. I know it didn't go as long as you wanted it to this year, but nonetheless, you have a lot to be proud of for sure. And now into the pool. Is this something that you've done your whole high school career?
No, I joined sophomore year. It was my first year, and just since then, been every season.
Yeah, it's a different sport in that football's always so much really quick bits of energy. You do a play and you relax. You do a play and you relax. Swimming's not like that. It's a lot of endurance. It's got to be difficult in this fact that you went through a long football season and into the pool. Is your endurance right now where it needs to be for swimming?
No, I don't think. I can definitely get better, and by the end of the season, I want to be a lot better to get where I should be, to make it 2 state districts, everyone getting there.
What's your most enjoyable race?
Definitely 53.
53, okay. Everybody seems to like that 53, right? Wish you could run multiple ones of that. And it's just because of the length of it?
Yeah, I'm a big sprinter in general. I'm not big with distance at all.
Yeah, okay. You just want to go and expend that energy? Okay. What would be kind of that goal time that you're looking to get to?
Probably low 22. That's my goal.
Okay.
Currently high 23, low 24, but by the end of the season, I'll hopefully drop at that time.
Are you pretty good right out of the block? I don't know if that's the right terminology, but from the get-go, or is it like, well, I got to get in there, and then once I get in, I'm okay?
I have okay starts. I think my strong suit is definitely in between. I can just, kind of pull it on. Turns, starts, kind of slower.
Good. Well, best of luck this year. Enjoy your senior year, and I appreciate you coming out for sure. Next up, Branyon Rowland is a junior. Branyon, thanks for coming. It's been a couple years. I remember when you were here as a freshman, and we talked a little extra, and you had some good words of advice. How's that been going for you? And now that you're a junior, how has your form and everything progressed? How have you gotten stronger? Because I can tell you physically, I can see you've gotten a lot more thick.
Yeah, I mean...
And I mean that with all due respect. I don't mean that in a negative sort of way.
It's just constant, just getting in the pool every single day. I mean, I got a will of my own, really. I mean, my parents, I eat like insanely healthy as possible to be at this level, to be like that good. So it's really just about just consistency throughout like every day. I mean, you can't stop. It's like a battle every day.
Yeah, no question. Your favorite race?
100 breasts.
100 breaststroke. That's your go-to. You can't wait till that one starts. Least favorite?
This will be a tough one. I mean, I love doing this event because it's just feels so good after it. But the 200 IM, at the beginning of it, it's just anxiety levels because how hard it is. Just build in my mind. It's like, oh, I cannot wait to end this race already. But when I'm done with it, it's like, and I do an amazing time. It's like, oh man, can I do it again?
Yeah, it's that a sense of accomplishment, I imagine. Well, good for you. Coach is pretty confident you can win the league, and we know it's not a very large league. But moving on to the tournament, you first got to go to BG and get some things done there. You feel pretty confident that you, as an individual, you collectively as a group can do some really good things at BG and then hopefully at Canton?
I think so. With determination, just if we stay consistent and how we are today, focused. I think we can do amazing things at the end of the season.
Very good. Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. And finally, we have Landon Sutter. Landon Sutter. You are a freshman.
Yes, sir.
And first year as a varsity, you've been swimming a long time, I take it?
Yes.
About how many years?
I'd say this is next year will be my 5th year.
5th year, okay. When you come into and be part of a team that is Colonel Crawford that has such a high swimming success rate, I mean, was that something that you were looking forward to for very many years? Say, I can't wait to be a freshman so I can be a part of this?
I feel like 8th grade was the year I was like, I cannot wait to be a freshman because I heard that I was going to be very welcomed onto the swim team for high school. So last year, junior high was probably I really hope to be a freshman soon. I cannot wait for high school swim.
Has it lived up to your expectations?
Oh, yeah. I've done a lot better than what I thought I would have. Gotten closer to where I want to be through halfway through the season.
Well, and you got guys like, Simon here, Jacob, and, that are even Branyon that are helping you out that have been through it. Do they talk to you a lot during practice and maybe see something that you're doing or not doing and kind of give you guidance, or is it really up to your coaches to do that?
It's mostly up to my coaches. I do get some critiques from Branyon every once in a while, but I feel like it's mostly from the coaches.
Yeah, good. And what would be your favorite race that you get to do?
Probably the 100 backstroke.
Oh, first backstroke that we heard. What is it that you like about that one particularly?
I don't know, it just feels smoother. Just feels better than most things.
Yeah, laying on your back. I don't know. I certainly couldn't do it, but I give you a lot of credit for doing it. Well, good luck the rest of the year. Enjoy your first year. Hopefully you can get down to Canton and really do some neat things. Thanks for coming.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah, you talked about, some of these matches or meets, I should call them meets, I guess, coming up. You began back on the 29th of November. You defeated Upper 108-94 in Winford, really bad, 108-7. I know they don't have many people on their team. You placed 4th out of 13 teams at the Lex Invite, and then you mentioned this past weekend the Northwest Classic at BG, a place that you hopefully will go up to in the districts, right? What did you like about that meet in particular? Was it just the level of competition?
Level of competition, and these guys rose up. I personally was not at the meet because my daughter was getting married. So I was getting updates from Jen here, and then Sarah Bruner also went with them. And one time after another, I was like, no, they didn't. Are you serious? They swam that? Are you serious? Like, that was what I got all day long. So on top of having an amazing day with my daughter's wedding, I was getting these amazing updates from these guys, and it just made it that much better.
Yeah.
But they just rose to, like I said, a different level, and my favorite part of it is they really are more focused this week because of that.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, you got some time to catch your breath until after the first of the year. You open it up, a really tough venue. You go to Ontario. We know that they're really solid at swimming, but a great opportunity to go over there and show them that you mean business, and that'll be fun on the 4th. 15th, you got your sprint invitational at your place. And then February 5th, the GIPE Relays at Port Clinton. Is that a new meet for you, or is that something that you've gone to in the past?
Oh, we've gone to that since I think I was a kid. But it's just it's prelim finals. It's just all relays, fun team thing. They always have a theme that you dress up to. And,
Oh, nice.
So week 4 sectionals, just a time for the team to be a team.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned sectionals the week of February 7th through the 12th, district the 14th through the 19th. That'll be at BG again. And then the finals down at the Canton Auditorium the 23rd and 26th. And so it gets really busy here after the first of the year. Start jamming everything in. Health-wise, we know we got an outlier with COVID. You never know what's going to go on. Pretty good health-wise. Everybody in good physical shape for the most part?
Right now, I mean, when we were at Lexington Invitational, we were missing quite a few kids that day. Girls have a couple that have some health things going on, but for the most part, we're healthy, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I appreciate you coming out. It's always good to talk to you about your program. You have excellent success. Wish you the best of luck in your experience. Enjoy it. Hopefully we'll have you back here in a couple weeks. The 5th is kind of what we're looking at to bring the girls in, and I know they're going to be a powerful team as well, so we'll look forward to that. Guys, best of luck to you. Thanks for coming out. Enjoy your success, continued success. Don't get too big ahead, but look to the future or what things can happen this year, and I appreciate you coming out.
Thank you so much.
You bet. We're going to take a break. It'll be Crestline basketball bouncing in here next, right after this timeout.